If you've never used a Bunsen burner before, you're going to want to pay close attention to this particular video. You'll be using the Bunsen burner throughout this semester and next, so it's important to know how to use it. The Bunsen burner has natural gas flowing through it. It comes through these tubes here. You want to make sure that the tubes don't wrap around in such a way that there's any chance that they will burn. Though in the video this tube looks like it's close, it's actually far behind the Bunsen burner itself. There are two things that you can open on the Bunsen burner. One is the barrel on the top part, so you can turn this, and the other is a dial at the bottom. Now normally we don't turn it upside down to turn the dial, because then when we do that we're turning the flame towards other people or towards something we don't want to set on fire. The top part controls the amount of oxygen we allow for our flame, and the bottom part controls how much gas is there. Both are needed for our flame to continue. Before lighting your Bunsen burner, you want to make sure that the area is clear. Clear of other people, notebooks, hand, hair, anything that might be flammable. Once you have assured this, then you are going to turn on the gas. If you are using the Bunsen burner at your lab station, you will turn the knob all the way on by turning the lever directly over the nozzle. If you turn the lever all the way to the right or all the way to the left, this will turn the gas off. For the hood gas valves, you're going to turn the dial and just turn it all the way to the left to open it up. Once you have opened that up, then you're going to use the dial at the bottom of the Bunsen burner. This dial will need to be turned or to the right from up above, because from underneath what looks like left will be what looks like right from up above. When you turn on the gas, you should hear the sound of the gas. You're going to use the striker. The striker has a piece of magnesium that's going to go over the surface that's rough on the inside. Make sure that you push into this surface so that you get a spark. We're going to do this over the gas so that the flame lights. Now that the flame is lit, we want to make sure that we have it at the appropriate height. We have two ways of adjusting the flame. One is at the barrel. This is where oxygen gets in to provide oxygen for the fuel. And the bottom part, the dial, is for the gas, and that allows the fuel to come in. If we adjust the barrel, we can make our flame by cutting off the gas, turning it to the right and closing it, very yellow and floppy. This means that there's not nearly enough oxygen getting there. There's almost never a time in lab when you will want a yellow flame. So always make sure that the barrel is open enough so that you get a nice blue flame. The bottom part will adjust the height of the flame. The lower you go, the less gas, and the smaller the flame is. This can be helpful when you're using a small container on the Bunsen burner and you don't want the flames to reach over to the top of it. The next thing is you might want to have a very hot flame. In this experiment we want a medium flame, but for a very hot flame we're going to look for two cones. So right now we have a light blue flame, and just barely you can see on the inside a light blue cone. If I open up for more oxygen, this will make it hotter. More oxygen is a hotter flame. You can actually hear the flame a little bit better when it's hotter. This cone on the inside will become more intense and will become tighter. That's a very hot flame there, and the tip of that inner cone is the hottest part of the flame. As we said, we wanted kind of a medium flame, so we're going to turn this back so that we have just one cone instead of two, and so that we don't have any yellow in the flame. Be sure to turn your flame off at the base of the Bunsen burner rather than at the valve. You may be using the same valve as somebody else, so if you turn it off at the Bunsen burner first, you're not going to cut off their gas. If no one else is using the Bunsen burner, then do make sure that you've turned off the valve for the gas as well.